1.
This is screencast number 6 on markup, markdown, percent increase, and percent decrease. A markup or a percent increase is when the price or the percent is going up from one number to the next. A markdown or a percent decrease means that from the original price to the new price, the percent or the number is going down. So in problem number 1, it says, the CD warehouse purchases CDs for $6 each and sells them for $9 each. What is the percent increase in the price? So we are purchasing the CDs for $6. So that's going to be our original price, which goes over 100%. It then says we are selling them for $9 each. Since we're going from 6 to 9, we know this is going to be a markup since the numbers are increasing. So our goal is to find out what is the percent increase from 6 to 9. So currently we cannot go from 6 to 9, but we know we can go from 6 to 1. And we can do this by taking 6 and dividing it by 6 to get 1. Whatever we do in the numerator, we have to do in the denominator. So then we have to take 100 and divide it by 6. 100 divided by 6 is going to get us a repeating decimal of 16.6 repeating. I'm currently going to leave that in my calculator. Now looking up here, we can get from 1 to 9. We can get from 1 to 9 by multiplying by 9. Whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator. So we can do 16.6 repeating, that is still in our calculator, and we are going to press times 9. So 16.6 repeating times 9 will give us 150%. So now going back to the question, it says, what is the percent increase in the price? So if we're looking at the $6 represents 100%. $9 represents 150%. So the percent increase from 100 to 150 is going to be a 50% increase. Okay, problem number 2. A dress that normally sells for $72. So if it normally sells for $72, that is going to be our original price, which goes over 100%. Now it is on sale for $45. So the 45 is going to go in our numerator. What is the percent decrease in the price? So currently we cannot go from 72 to 45. So we're going to scale down to the unit rate now in our numerator. To go from 72 to 1, we need to divide by 72. 72 divided by 72 is 1. Whatever we do in the numerator, we also have to do in the denominator. So then we have 100% divided by 72. 100% divided by 72 is going to get us a repeating decimal. So we get 1.38 repeating, which I'm currently going to leave in my calculator. Next, I can now go from 1 to 45. I can do this by multiplying 1 times 45 is going to give me 45. Whatever I do in the numerator, I have to do in the denominator. So then I'm going to leave my repeating decimal in my calculator, and all I have to hit is times 45. When I multiply it by 45, I get 62.5%. Now looking back at the problem, it says what is the percent decrease in the price? So I'm looking at the percentage from the original amount to now the sale amount. So if I'm going from 100% to 62.5%, I'm going to subtract those two numbers to find my percent decrease. So 100% minus 62.5% gives me 37.5% decrease. Question number 3. A grocery store has a 60% markup on a can of soup. So the can of soup costs the store $1.50. So $1.50 is our original price. So that is going to go over our 100%. Next, this states that we now have a 60% markup. So if our original cost was 100% and we add 60% to 100, that means we are trying to find our 160%. That is going to be the price of the markup of the can of soup if it's being marked up 60%. We cannot go from 100 to 160%, so I left this middle column open to find our unit rate. Now we can go from 100 to 1 by dividing by 100. Whatever we do in the denominator, we have to do in the numerator. So then we do have to take our $1.50 and we also have to divide that by 100. So then we have $1.50 divided by 100 is going to give us 0.015. Now we can scale 1% up to 160%. We can do this by multiplying by 160. Whatever we do in the denominator, we have to do in the numerator. Now we're going to take our decimal and multiply it by 160, and we get 2.4 or $2.40. So now going back to the original question, what is the selling price for the can of soup? So we're looking for the 60% markup of the can of soup. So 160% represents $2.40. Question number 4. A jacket that sold for $65 is marked up to $70.20. What is the percent markup? So I'm going to put my jacket, which is my original price, is $65. My original price represents 100%. We are trying to mark up the jacket from $65 to $70.20. We cannot go from $65 to $70.20, so we are going to scale down to our unit rate. We are going to do this by multiplying or dividing by 65, because 65 divided by 65 gives us 1. We have to do the same in the denominator. So then we have 100% divided by 65. 100% divided by 65 is going to give us a repeating decimal. So we get 1.538461 and then 54. I'm going to leave that in my calculator. And I know I can go from 1 to $70.20 by multiplying by $70.20. So 1 times $70.20 will give us $70.20. We have to do the same thing in the denominator. So I'm going to take my decimal that's already in my calculator because I did not clear it. And I'm going to multiply that decimal by $70.20. And I get a nice number. And that is 108%. So now looking back at the question, we want to find the percent markup. So we want to find the percent markup of the original jacket, which was $65, okay, which represents 100%. So how do we get from 100% to 108%? By adding 8. So we have an 8% markup.